Hey everyone, welcome back to the Concealed Confession podcast where we speak freely and heal deeply. It's your host Demetria and Pretty. As always, we hope everyone is feeling blessed and highly favored. Before we get started, don't forget to follow our social media handles at Concealed Confession Podcast on Facebook and on IG and TikTok. It's Speak Freely and Heal Deeply. We would also like to introduce our sponsors, Storyblock and Jordan Carrick Apparels, and also Blue Chew. Before we get started, we're gonna do a vibe check. So, how you feeling today, Pretty?
Um, I'm feeling okay. Had my day started off good, but then probably about like 10 o'clock, I got a phone call. I don't want to really get too much into it, but I had to drive to Fridsville to go ahead and take care of something, and it messed up my day. I mean, at some point during one of these episodes, I definitely get more into details, but for the most part, I'm okay. I'm here. I'm alive. So, I mean, that's all I can say for right now. The vibe good. Vibe bye. How you feeling?
I'm good. Honestly, I woke up on a high note. It's been a good day. So, my day started kind of late. I work night shift, so I slept in. So, I didn't get up until about 11 to come here and do this. And honestly, my day's just getting started. So, we're gonna see how it goes.
Okay.
For this episode, it is called Time to Unwind. So we figured like after a long day of work and you're full of stress, how do you like to unwind? How do you like to wind down? Today we're going over different ways to relieve stress and how to relax into a calm state of mind. So Pretty, if you want to start with the topics.
Topics. Definitely meditation. For me personally, I'm learning how to actually appreciate meditation because it's one thing to sit there and try to put on some music and block everything out.
Yeah.
Lately I've been more so just like getting rid of the music and just trying to go for a walk or even a drive,
Yeah.
just more so listening to my surroundings for meditation. So I will say that helps really tremendously. Deep breathing exercises, that definitely helps. I started doing grief counseling. And again, like I said, at some point I'll get into that. But with grief counseling, we do this breathing where you breathe in your mouth and you breathe out your nose, but you more so you
Yeah.
breathe more out in your nose. Like I guess they say breathing through your nose is supposed to help with anxiety more. So
Okay.
it's like you take one good breath in and then you focus on breathing in and out your nose,
Yeah.
and that really helps a lot. So what about you? What do
So
you do?
honestly, music has always been my thing. I feel like if I'm feeling overwhelmed, there's certain music that I listen to help relax me. Sometimes just I have not really like gotten to the mode of meditating, but I've learned to just just like you saying like sit in a breathing technique, just sitting to myself in a breathing technique. I used to do yoga. I ain't gonna lie. Yoga look easy. It's not easy.
Nah,
It's hard. Like it take a lot of not just
yoga
physical
not for the
strength.
weak.
Yeah, it takes a lot of physical strength,
Pilates
but it
not
also
for the
takes a lot of
weak.
mental strength too. Like to like push your body to certain angles and stuff. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like but it's once you do like get into it. I guess at one point I was really into it. Once you do get into it and you find that your center, like it can be very peaceful. I do want to get back into it, but I feel like if when I do, I need to have like I'm a type of person like I need structure, like I need a plan, and I'd rather have somebody help me map something out so I got
Yeah.
something to stick to than instead of me just finding different yoga poses and just doing them and not understanding how they're supposed to connect and how they're supposed to flow. Exercise. I used to work out a lot. I don't know if some people know that I used to just sell Herbalife for a little bit.
Okay.
I felt the best when I was doing that.
What is that?
Like supplement, like like protein shakes and stuff like that, energy
Okay.
supplements.
Is that the stuff that's in like the little packet?
No, they come in containers. Like,
Okay.
and I ain't gonna
Okay.
lie, it worked for me. Some people say they don't like it, but it worked for me. I
Okay.
enjoyed it. I don't like. I really feel like I need to get back into that. Feel like I'm better, and I feel better as a
In the
person when
gym.
I'm, like. But it's just finding that motivation and actually pushing yourself to do it. Like that's the hard part.
And I've been trying to get you to come to the gym with
Yeah, I
me.
know. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Started
I
going to
might
the
look like
gym.
I'm fit, y'all, but I'm not. I'm just saying, like,
That definitely
we skinny
helps. Just
fat over
going,
here.
just walking a little bit on the treadmill. That just is
Yeah.
stimulating. So I've been trying. I get it there one of these days.
But other ways to that we've seen that was easy to relax or supposed to help you relax is a healthy diet. Eating a balanced diet can help you reduce stress. Sleep. Honestly, I feel like I get too much sleep sometimes, and then with me working night shift, it's hard for me to get on a proper sleep schedule. Some days I'll sleep like 3 or 4 hours. Some days I'll sleep
Well,
the
too
whole
much
day.
sleep is a
So
sign of depression. So, you shouldn't sleep too much. You definitely gotta get out. See, my stepfather, he has bad depression and anxiety, and I always tell him, you gotta get out. Like
yeah,
he will stay inside the room and listen to his rain sounds. No, you have to at least like baby steps. Get outside, get some fresh air, and then, from fresh air, go ahead and go for a walk around the block.
yeah,
It was one incident where I tried to take him to the beach and we was 3 minutes from my house and he had anxiety attack. I had to take him back home. Like, but again, that's because he's not used to leaving.
yeah.
So definitely going out and getting some fresh air, most definitely. You don't want to be in the house for too long. Like being alone is okay. Taking time for yourself is definitely good, but you don't want to spend too much time alone because it's not good. It's really isolating. So
Well, my problem isn't really that I don't want to go out. I'm more so one of them people that I don't
you
like to
got to
do
find your
things.
people.
Yeah, I don't like to do things by myself. I'm sorry. Like I just feel like, and I know I'm about to be 32 years old next month, and it really took me until I was 30 years old to like actually take myself out to eat. Like I did it for the first
Yeah.
time, and it was just like awkward, but it was like really relaxing at the same time because I ordered me a glass of wine, and I watched the whole movie. I remember what movie it was. It was Dawn of the Apes or Planet of the Apes, one of those,
Yeah,
one of
Planet
the
of the
newest ones that
Apes.
came out. And I sat there and just ate my food, and I'm just chilling, but it's awkward to me because I've never like been a social person. Like I have that personality, but I don't
I
really hang
have
out with a lot of
bad
people. You know
social
what I'm saying? So
anxiety.
when I'm out in front of people, I just feel awkward and I really don't know what to say. But like when you get to
Yeah.
know me, like I'm really, I'm
Right.
very loquacious, talk your head off. So
Okay.
in
Look,
the
I got
character. So
bad social anxiety, but when you get to know me, it's like, girl,
yeah,
why
like
you was
I
this
know
girl
this girl's
crazy as
tired of me.
hell.
Like I know
Yeah.
she's tired of me.
Nah, I love you. I
I
love
be
you to
telling her, I be like,
pieces.
your kids is my kids. Like I'm finding them on my texts. It's just so like those are my babies. But
Nah.
also, so some other things that we seen was gardening. I don't know if you have pets. Some people like to just snuggle with their pets. Self care, aromatherapy, journaling. I do a lot of poetry and music. That's been a part of my life since I was 12 years old. It's not as much in my life as it should be right now, but I still do, find my way back to it every once in a while, and it's very calming to me. I'm actually in the process of trying to write a book, so that's been one thing for me too. But like I also said, I'm a type of person that needs structure, so I'm in the process of like trying to get everything down to where I can actually focus on it. But
Okay. What's the book about, if you don't mind?
it's kind of hard to explain. So like my story, but not my story.
Yeah.
So just like I'm gonna put snippets of my life and what I went through in the book, but I'm also gonna change facts and details, and people's names and stuff because like I want to tell what I went through, but not necessarily tell everybody else's business because it's not my place. So, but yeah, just because I've been through some traumatizing things, and I feel like it's a way to help me cope and deal with what I'm going through. So, yeah.
Okay. I like that. I like that.
But so when is the last time that you actually self cared?
Last time I tried the self care was Sunday, but it didn't go the way I wanted it to go, which is cool. Which is cool because I'm starting to learn like it's not really a self care day. It's just taking little moments out for yourself, if that makes
Yeah,
sense. Like I look, like I think what Saturday I put a little color in my hair.
it
I've
looks
been
fabulous.
fiending for
It
some
looks good.
man. I've been fiending for some lightener.
It looks good.
Thank you,
So
but
backstory, I gotta cut
just
you off.
little
So backstory
things.
on Pretty in her hair. So when we first met and we were doing Girl Code podcast, she actually had dreads and she cut them off.
Yeah.
So this has been like a whole
Yeah.
process and the whole situation. And
I cried. I cried like a baby when I cut them things off. I mean, it was a last minute thing. I even shampooed and conditioned my hair. Then I got out the shower, and I looked in the mirror and I'm like, well, you know what? I just need something different. And then I was in cosmetology school and with playing with a bunch of hair dye. Of course, not knowing what I was doing. Then learning exactly what I was doing. It's like, nah, I need to go ahead and do something different. Let this go. So I held them out and just went ahead and
hey, but that could look beautiful.
thank
So
you,
it looks
thank
really good
you.
on you.
Well, I've been fiending for some color and I just went ahead and decided to do something get different. But like I said, it's not really more so like just don't pressure yourself with taking a day. Like I feel like that's what we do a lot. We put so much pressure on ourselves. Like stop doing that. It's just the little moments. So again, I wanted to take a whole day out and color my hair and my brows and do my lashes, but it's like nah, the little things, and don't just appreciate life for real. Like that's what I'm learning for real. So I feel like that's my main thing. I rush a lot. Like I don't like waiting. That's why I had to get my own car.
Oh my God.
I got my own everything. I don't like waiting.
I
Like
rush
don't call
everything.
me to come pick you up
Honey,
and you not ready. I'm
I'll be
not
on the
waiting.
phone. I'll be on the phone with Pretty while I'm driving. She's like, bro, you
Don't
got
tell me
road
to
rage.
meet you somewhere
Like,
and
you
you
got
not
road
there
rage.
because I will be ready to leave.
I be on it, everybody. Get out the road. Like, why are you in the fast lane? Don't you gotta drive the
Hey,
fast? Like, just go
look.
ahead and get over so I can go. And she be listening to me like, bro, like yeah, I do. Like, I'm a very impatient person.
No, for
Very
real.
impatient.
Definitely, definitely. Life, no, life be life, and I got shit to do.
I'm telling you, like, I got places to go, and people to see. Like, you got to go. But so, what are your safe places? What are things that make you feel safe?
My kids, definitely my kids. And when I'm home, because when I'm home with my kids, I feel like that's when I can truly be my authentic self.
Yeah.
I don't gotta worry about them judging me. I could just be a big old
Yeah.
kid, like that's my kids are definitely my safe
Bro, your kids
place,
are
my
dope.
go-to.
I
Man,
love my
what?
kids. I swear to God, I do.
I was
They're
telling
awesome.
my man I'm gonna go ahead and just put a little camera up and just
Right.
start recording the things that go on in that house because let me tell you something. It's no, they little characters.
They are. They
They are
really
some little
are.
characters for sure.
They are. They be having me over there rolling. Y'all love going to her
But
house.
I love them
And they give the
though.
best hugs.
Yes.
Every time as soon as my car pulls up, they're like, Red's outside. And they run into me and they give me hugs. All of them. And I love it.
And
I
they
love
so,
it.
they so caring.
They
Other
are.
kids, you could sit here and be crying. They'll sit here and look at you like, oh, this bitch crazy. No, my kids, like, are you okay? You need some tissue? And they
Yeah.
rubbing your back and wiping your tears. So, yeah, definitely my kids. What about you? What's your safe place? Safe.
Um, honestly, I don't really have like a safe place. I just more so like a blanket. Like I have no matter where I am, I have to have a blanket or I have to have a jacket on me. It's just something about like if I'm at work, everybody be looking at me like I'm crazy because it'd be 90 degrees in the building and still have a jacket on me. But it's a comfort. Like even right now, I feel low key uncomfortable, but it's hot outside. So
Yeah.
but this is a safety thing to me. I don't know why. It's just always been a safety thing to me. A blanket or a jacket on me. So
My
if I'm in
son,
the
10
house, I
years
have to
old.
keep a blanket on me. So
My son, 10 years old, and he got this little knitted blanket that my grandmother made him when, like, literally from when he was first born. And he still walks around with that blanket. He takes it, his name is Blanky. Girl. The little pieces of the yarn falls off, and he call them Blanky babies. And he got him in a he got him in a little container, but he such a kid. Like
Yeah.
that's again, my kids are my safe place, and I love that because they're kids.
Yeah.
I don't have my kids around stuff they not supposed to be around. Let me just say
Oh, no,
that,
your kids are very
So it's
reasonable.
nothing wrong with having a little comfort and I got two additional kids now, and they start walking around with little blankets and stuff. So there's nothing wrong with that. You gotta have some type of comfort, something. So hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so as far as speaking as unwinding, Mother's Day is coming up, so
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. I ain't got no kids. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother, yeah. Well, Happy Mother's Day to the mothers, to myself, definitely. Definitely big shout out to my mom. I know her shit. she gonna give me hell. She gonna make sure I know that it's Mother's Day,
yeah.
whether I had kids or not. So happy Mother's Day, Ma. But
I ain't got no
definitely,
kids. You know my mom about to rub that in my face. So
look,
you
you
know,
got my
you,
kids.
you ain't got no kids. You ain't got an excuse now to do your part.
You
So.
you got kids. You got mine. You
Oh
got
yeah, I
5.
am. Yeah, I got 5.
Yeah.
Technically. If you want to be technical, I got 11 because my sister got 6. So
There you go.
I got
Talking about something you don't got no kids. You got
got a whole
kids.
football team, y'all. Just saying. But so for Mother's Day, I decided to ask my mom a few questions. My nephew was actually in a car accident this past Saturday.
I'm sorry to hear that.
He's good, thank God.
Damn, I don't even want to take a sip of wine. Let me go ahead and let you. Yeah.
But yeah, he was in a car accident Saturday. Him and 2 of his friends. He got the worst of it because he was in the middle. He broke both his legs and his right arm. Thank God they're okay. He said the tire rod on the car snapped, and it was raining last Saturday night. And they hit a tree. The little boy that was driving lost control of the wheel, and they hit a tree. He actually broke his nose and his ankle, and the other little boy had internal bleeding. And my nephew was in the middle in a single cab truck. He got the worst of it. So me and my mom went up there. Me and my sister went up there, and on the way, with it being Mother's Day coming up, I had seen a video on Facebook, and it was like, before you lose your mom, ask your mom these questions. And I was like, I had time. It was a 45-minute drive to Chapel Hill Hospital. So I was like, let me ask my mom these questions. So I asked her, what's the story of how you chose my name? And I know the answer because I've gave her hell about it my whole life. But just to see how she was going to, play it out and what she was going to say, I asked her, and she said that I didn't have a name for 2 hours. She was...
Wait, what?
I didn't have a name for 2 hours, and she was
What they was calling you?
Bro, I don't know, but I didn't have a name.
Baby McSwain.
She, probably.
That's crazy.
Calling me it. But she said she was watching a soap opera called All My Children, and she saw the name Dimitri Merrick on the screen. And she thought, oh, I like it. And it starts with a D, like my name, because my mama's name is Danielle. Well, her middle name is. I can't say her first name because she'll kill me. But her name is Danielle, so she was like, that she liked it. So she was like, let me add an A to the end of it. So I have the name Demetria, Dimitria. Most people that, see this name, where I would say my name, they think it has E's in it. No, my name has no E's in it. It's all I's. And my middle name is Nashay. She said it came from my father's middle name, Nathaniel. The next question was, what was her happiest memory of me, of her happiest moment of raising me, her happiest memory, of raising me. She said me graduating because she didn't. I'm actually the only child that she had that graduated.
I think that's, as a parent, I feel like, yeah, that's definitely a milestone. You want to see your kids go ahead and, do that, because I feel like that's one thing. If I can go back, I definitely go back and do high school over again. It was hell, but I feel like me personally, I feel like I didn't take it serious. I mean, I still got my high school diploma, don't get me wrong, but I felt like I didn't live to my full potential during those years. When you first, right before you get into high school, I think like 7th, 8th grade, they're trying to tell you like, look, you need to take it serious, and you don't really take it serious. You still a little naive, figuring out life. And sometimes, of course, you know everything, but then again, you don't know everything, but you got to live life for yourself to actually realize some things ain't for you. So again, I feel like that's one thing as a parent. I look forward to seeing my babies graduate. I mean,
Bro, I remember when
no time soon, because they still all little.
when I moved out, she tried to give me my graduation because it's always been my diploma's always been on her wall. She tried to give it back to me.
Yeah.
She was like, here. And I was like, I cried because I was like, why are you giving this back? And she was like, it's yours. I'm like, I don't care. Like, why are you giving it back? You should be happy that I gave it to you. Like, I'm the only person that graduated. So, like, she was like, bro, calm down. Like, it's okay. But yeah, I made her keep it.
Yeah, so. Yeah. No, I got my diploma. I was going to give it to my mom, but my mom, I'm the oldest, so she's just like, hold this. So, and her mom, she like, hold the diploma into... just in tow. I'm like, all right, whatever, woman. But definitely, graduating high school, that's it's a major thing, and don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Yes, it's hard, life be lifing, but
definitely.
Hey, do what you gotta do. I got kicked out of the high school around here, and I enrolled into the community college, and that's how I got my high school diploma. When I got kicked out, the principal told me I wasn't gonna be anything. He told me he was gonna make sure I wasn't gonna get my diploma. And of course at that time, again, like I said, I was naive. I was probably about like 18, 19.
Yeah.
And when you don't know everything and you have somebody which in your mind such high authority tell
Telling
you
you stuff
something like
like that,
that,
yeah.
you start to believe it,
Yeah.
So for a little bit, I didn't pursue trying to get my high school diploma. And then at some point, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Who is this nigga? And I went ahead and I graduated 2019. I got my high school diploma, and walking across that stage, I don't think I was gonna cry until when I looked out and I seen my mom because
Yeah.
she doesn't have a high school diploma. Granted, she went to one of the best high schools in New Jersey. She went to Science High, and I mean, when I tell you, you have to be A1, you feel me? Your grades, everything. And my mom, she is a genius. Like, you sit here and throw some numbers at her, and she don't need no calculator. She one of those people. Yes.
I need to calculate.
Yes, one of those. No, she don't need a calculator or nothing. Math A1. So again, just walking across that stage and seeing my mom and my dad out there, it made me feel. And again, my dad, he didn't get his diploma neither.
Yeah.
So walking across that stage and seeing that proudness in them,
Yeah.
it made me feel so good. And my mom, she's one of those people that you could tell her anything, but she need to see it.
Oh, yeah.
She believe it when she see it. So every day I'm sitting here telling her, I'm going to graduate. I'm going from, and she like, okay. But then my dad, he was getting dressed and she like, where you going? Oh, he's like, I'm going to my daughter graduation. She's like, oh, let me go see this,
Yeah.
And so again, yeah, definitely. Graduating high school is a major thing, a major thing.
So back to the first question, how did you pick your kids' names?
My kids' names, my first son, his name is Jaden Lavelle Charles Bryant. I came up with his name. My best friend, her name is Jada, so of course that's where I got Jaden. Lavelle, I just love that name, and it's spelled Lovell, like just like that. And then Charles is after my grandfather. That was the first love of my life. Oh my God, God rest his soul. And I always said I was gonna name my first son after him, so that's how I got his name. And then Messiah, I'm unique. I don't know. I just wanted his name to be different. It's not Messiah like the Messiah. It's Messiah, M-I apostrophe Saya. And but his middle name is actually after his godmother. Her middle name is Unique. And she loved the name Amen. So I just kind of put both of those together and came with Messiah, I'm Unique.
Yeah.
And with my daughter, Legacy Bella Rose. I
That's
don't
so
know.
gay. She's so beautiful.
Legacy Bella
She
Rose.
is.
I'm just like that's my legacy right there, God forbid anything, that's my girl and that's my only girl.
Yeah.
So and then Bella Rose, that's basically Rose is a family name. I'm Italian and black, so I wanted to kind of have it something, Bella means beautiful in Italian, and then like I said, Rose is a name passed down from generations, so I just kind of wanted to legacy Bella Rose, and so that's how I came up
Like,
with her name.
that fits together too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I also asked her, what's something that you have never told me but always wanted to? She said that she brags on me and is proud of me, and that she wished that we had a better relationship as mother and daughter. Um, when I was younger, I remember like my childhood being great, but like the older I got, me and my mom have kind of fell off, and I don't really want to speak too much on me and my mom's relationship for anybody to get the wrong and wrong opinion or interpretation. But me personally, just I went through a lot of things as a child and as a teenager, and stemming back to black families not being able to talk about things, and like when I finally did got to the point where I could talk to my mom about things, it was just like you know she not didn't necessarily think that nothing was wrong with me, but that I was just kind of like dragging it out a little bit more than what it was. But like I'm the type of person. I remember somebody once told me if a person they felt like if a person is saying suicidal things. They're doing it for attention. I feel like personally, I've never been that type of person to say that I'm gonna hurt myself for attention. But I personally feel like if a person is reaching out to you and telling you that, they're not doing it for attention, they're doing it because they really want the help. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't go out of the way to reach out to you personally and, you know, let you know what they're going through if
Yeah.
they didn't really want your help. And a lot of, like, growing up, I never reached out to people and I just kept things to myself. So I became a really angry person. So it affected my relationships with a lot of people, especially my mom. And I separated myself from family and from friends and isolated myself. So you know, at about to be 32, still trying to build better relationships. Like even at this point, like right now, Pretty's like one of the only people that I talk to. I tell her all the time she's not my friend, she's my soul sister, because I really
I
feel like
love
she
you.
is my sister. So, yeah,
No, for real, because you don't. The world is wicked. The world is very wicked, and you don't come across authentic people all the time. So again, unfortunately, we don't know how to filter through them. There's no blueprint. People don't come with guides. So I mean, unfortunately, you got to go with your gut instinct, and it might be some situations that you go through, and you know, but either way, like you gotta. It's I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to put it. Like you can't just sit here and just shut everybody out. You know, like I said, I'm going through grief counseling. I really don't want to get too much into it, but I'm going through grief counseling. And she told me that I'm an empath and I attract narcissists and sociopaths.
I'm a
That
sociopath. Not a narcissist, but I'm a sociopath,
and
y'all.
that's scary. But being realistically speaking, that just means that I wear my heart on my sleeve.
You do though.
And I won't say I trust people so easily. I just say that I give the benefit of the doubt
Yep,
to
but
people that
everybody
don't
deserves
deserve
a
it.
clean slate. You shouldn't judge somebody off of what somebody else put you through. Like that's how I am too. Like
Again,
call it
yeah.
being naive, but I really feel like everybody deserves a clean slate.
Yeah. To a certain extent, I will say. So, like I said, the world is extremely wicked. So, when you come across good, authentic people, you have to really appreciate them. So, I appreciate you. I love you. You my baby.
Love you too.
Cause trust and believe when I'm saying cooking dinner is up,
Oh, honey,
baby daddy,
she called me real quick. You
baby
know you
mama,
gotta
what you got?
pray. If you don't get it before you go to work, then you can get it in the
Yep.
morning when you get off, and I'll be
Yep.
there.
Make sure you fed.
I'll
Make
be
sure
there
you good.
faithfully.
Vibe check all the time.
Yep.
On the scene, behind the scene. Because when you care about somebody or just your circle in general, you got to surround yourself by what you really want in life. I want to be surrounded by good people, authentic people. I want to be surrounded by people that actually give a damn about me. So I'm a firm believer in you treat people the way you want to be treated. You feel me? If I find myself in a room with somebody and they talking about you, nigga, let me know. You feel me? And vice versa. Don't tell me what they said. I want to know what you said. And so again, that's just how I come about it, and I can't help that. And like I said, I wear my heart on my sleeve, but don't get it twisted because I'm crazy as hell too. And the 89, the 89, the 89. So again, you gotta appreciate the good people, and like that's my babe for real.
I love you.
I love you too. I love you back, babe.
So the next question I asked her was, "What was the hardest lesson that life has ever taught you?" She said to stand strong, to keep her family strong by keeping them together, to work harder and to finish school and to for a better education, and to provide for us better than she did in the past, to make better choices about who she allows in her life.
Me personally, I would say God is real. That's what I've learned. For real. Like, cause I mean, life be lifing. For real, life be lifing. Like, you could wake up in the morning and sit here and have a whole routine, a whole plan or something, but something happens And a lot of people, if I know the way I am, I'm a I'm a creature of habit. So if I have a routine set up and something doesn't go the way it was supposed to, I start to get all panicky and
Yeah.
everything. So again, with that being said, I try not to put too much pressure on myself.
Yeah.
And I've learned if something doesn't work out the way you want it to, or you feel me, sometimes shit really do hit the fan. It's it's really nothing that you can do. God is real though. Like he will sit here and just he will show you certain things. Like it's not on some, he sit here, come down, speaking to me, but just moments again, like I said, where you sitting here taking a drive, you listening to the wind blowing, just clearing your mind, just sometimes you don't have to talk all the time. Just listen. And those moments like that showed me like God truly is real. Just sitting back and listening because like I said earlier, I don't like waiting. I'll be in the I'll be in the rush. Like even with talking, I'm learning how to slow down and actually, just get my words out.
Yeah.
Not sitting here just rushing because it's not a race, it's not an auction or anything. You feel me? And that's one thing
I'm
that
just
we
used
can't
to
get
it.
back is
Yeah.
time.
I've grown used like even now doing this podcast, like I speed talk, I can't help it. It's been a part of me because growing up is like I felt like nobody ever wanted to listen to what I had to say. So when I did get a
Likewise.
chance to talk, it's like, let me get out and say everything that I can.
Yeah, before
Uh,
you not
yeah.
interested no
So
more.
now it's like I'm an adult and I don't know how to just relax.
No,
Just, you know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
I feel like after what it's like talking in the mirror. And that's what it sounds crazy, but it's truly important because it was a time in my life where I would not look at myself in the mirror at all. I mean, I was so insecure that every time I looked in the mirror, I would cry because I didn't feel like I was beautiful. So I would cry every time I looked in the mirror. And after a while, as I got older, I'm like, you know what? I need to start facing that girl
Yeah.
in the mirror. So I I understand. And then again, it's no blueprint on how to do things, but you learn along the way. Like you start to just loosen up and find your comfort, find your comfort zone and again your people. So
So the next question was, what's one piece of advice that what's one piece of advice you wish you would have taken when you were younger? And she said, as my mom says, everyone is not your friend. Everyone is not to be trusted. I didn't really go into details with these questions because due to the fact of what we were on the way to go do, I was just trying to get answers from her. But I can honestly say my mom has always told me the same thing, that everybody isn't to be trusted, and she's always told me that it's meant for you to love your friends, not for you to understand everything that they do. What about you? Like, what's one piece of advice that you plan to that you wish you would have taken when you were younger?
one bit of advice. I mean, definitely a lot, but I would definitely say don't take your family for granted. Don't take the people you love for granted.
Mm.
Not even just family because family is definitely not always blood. It's the
Oh
it's
yeah,
not always the people you born with. It's the people that your tribe through life, your
yeah,
village. So definitely I will say learning to just enjoy the little things because once you don't have that, honestly, that's truly what you start to only live for. When
yeah,
you don't have the little things, you begin to start to just live for the little things.
yeah.
So, and I feel like that restricts you on life. But
Definitely. So the last question I asked her, what's one thing you hope I never forget about you? She said that no matter what, that she always made a way for us, and that she loved me more than anything in the world, and that she'd go to hell and back for me. One thing that I will honestly always remember about my mother that she probably doesn't think that I remember. My mother used to draw all the time. She actually dropped out of school. My mother is great artist, like wonderful artist. She could have went to school for drawing, but she got pregnant with my sister. So anytime like I had a project coming up or anytime like a holiday came up, she always made made us feel special. Like we, even though we grew up in projects, we had, you know what I'm saying? Like every holiday, she made it feel
A
like we were.
hustler.
You know what I'm saying? She made a way.
Go get her.
Yeah, on Halloween
Yeah,
we made Rice Krispie treats. Like, bro, I remember making homemade Rice Krispie treats. You know what
most
I'm saying? Like,
definitely.
she made a way no matter what. So
I definitely get into,
might not have been perfect, but it was livable. It was great. She
yeah.
took care of us.
No, she was a go getter. Trust me, I felt that. One of these episodes, I definitely get into my mom for sure. But being, yeah, trust me, I understand. When you get older and you look back at your mom, it's like, yeah, nah. I'm sorry I gave you hell, and I appreciate
For
everything you do
real.
for me. So,
Like I done cried
big
to my
shout out to the
mama, for
moms.
real.
Big shout out to the moms.
I don't see how y'all do it. I ain't got no kids. Like for real.
Big shout
I
out to the
don't. I'd
moms.
probably lose it if I got pregnant. Just saying. But
Unfortunately, I think
I
that's
want
time
one, but I don't
though.
think.
I think that's time. Unfortunately,
Like honestly, I told my mom that if I'm not pregnant by the time I'm 35, I'm going to the sperm bank so I can pick my baby up. And I'm serious. Like I'm serious. But we hope we don't get that far to that point.
but again, big shout out to the moms. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, y'all. This is the end of this podcast. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and joining us. Again, this is Concealed Confessions Podcast, where we speak freely and heal deeply. Again, my name is Demetria.
It's your girl, Pretty.
And don't forget to follow us at our social media handles at Facebook, Concealed Confessions Podcast, IG and TikTok, Speak Freely and Heal Deeply. And also our sponsors are Storyblock, Jordan Craig Apparels, and Blue Chew.